brainwashed there, and then once she gets back to normal, you know what I mean? What is her actual inner emotions going to be when she's remembering that she stabbed her friend 64 times?
What I want to know is who told the little girl? Because little girl's impressionable. Obviously, the devil didn't tell her.
No, it's probably coming off on this internet. If you want to join, you got to stab your best friend 64 times. You know what I mean? It's just this crazy crap these kids come up with, and like this fire burning.
Does that person get charged? Do you know what I mean? Like, should that person be charged?
I do believe they have some sort of occult laws in place, but I'm not too sure.
They,
you know what I mean? For the Jim Joneses and stuff like that.
The way it was written,
yourself?
The way it was written, it was written as a fairy tale. They don't actually tell people to do anything. It's just how it's written in the story. How in the story they had kids that went out and did these things to get into the thing, and it's all supposed to be a fallacy. But then you got these kids going out and actually taking part in these things to try and join this superstition.
What about all the bullying that's going on?
Well, you got the internet bullying, you got the in-school bullying.
I personally don't care.
Do you guys remember the deal with that girl Rebecca Sedgwick? She went to that old concrete plant and took a header, killed herself.
No, well, that's not cool.
Yeah, it looks like I'm reading here, according to Bay News 9, the family has filed a lawsuit. So I'll be honest with you, I hope they win. I really do.
But being bullied and killing yourself, anybody can get punked at any time.
Let me tell you something, man.
The police can run in here and throw us all against the wall and do whatever.
Obviously, you've never been bullied.
I've been bullied.
I was bullied when I was a kid, and it was tough. I got to a point in my life where I wouldn't let it happen again. But some of these kids now, and I got young kids that have come up through school, and the bullying, they're brutal, man. These kids are brutal. These kids are brutal. I mean,
kids have always been brutal.
Yeah, well, when I went to school too, but same thing. Yeah,
it's just something we go through.
You got such a network now that when the kids get bullied, it's there for everyone in the surrounding areas to see. They just blow it up online, and it gets around real quick. On my Facebook, I see these people that post other people's nudes that they were sent straight on Facebook. Imagine what that would do to someone to take a picture.
Humiliating, absolutely humiliating. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I couldn't imagine that. And now just imagine the families. You know what I mean? The parents, the this, the that. You know what I mean? The sisters, the brothers. What the shit they have to go through.
I don't even keep people under the age of 18 on my Facebook because
of stupid things.
13, 14-year-old people doing that.
Right. Yep. I don't know, man. There's a lot of crazy shit going on with Facebook and all of that kind of stuff. But we're gonna do a little call out. We're at facebook.com/Talk Shit TV Show. You're listening to us, Tampa Bay. You're listening to us on 107.1, and we're simulcasted all over the country here. But back to what we were talking about. It's a rough gig going on out there with what these kids have to deal with these days. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bullying was going on when I was growing up. But when you grow up around, we got Tampa 101, 102.1. Sorry, I'm going to give us our stations. Las Vegas 107.1, Macon, Georgia 87.9, Lancaster, Pennsylvania 102.1, Boulder, Colorado 107.1 or 100.7, and then Milwaukee, Wisconsin 104.1. You got a nice handwriting, bro. He writes way better than I do. Look, this is my handwriting. Tell me this is. I should have been a doctor.
I couldn't read it.
Yeah, I should have been a doctor, right?
I thought it was Amendment Z.
I got some shit.
You got better freaking writing than I do. I don't want to hear it.
My writing is atrocious.
No, man.
But back to the subject.
He's like, I don't want to talk about my writing.
Now we got to put some
the bullying. Part of the blame is absolutely. I would say more than part. I'd say probably half or more of the blame is in the parents' hands.
Yeah.
Because these kids should not have the cell phones and the social networking that they do.
Well, no, see, and to where I believe they should have the cell phones, but not the access to everything, because I like to be able to know where my kids are. And, you know what I mean, having a cell phone.
They should have basic cell
talk and text.
Yeah. Well, they used to have AT&T. Check this out. They used to have what's called the Firefly. right? That you can only call
4
3
months.
people, or and you can track that son of a bitch too, man. You can check out everywhere that phone was going. I like that phone. The only problem is Felicia, my oldest daughter. Holy Jesus, did that kid just call us up for everything? I'm doing this.
Where's the butter?
I wanted to call you. I just want to say, yeah, but you just called and said hello. Yeah, but I wanted to call and say, oh my God. And kids with technology, that's just crazy, man. Crazy.
Gotta teach you what voicemail sounds like.
Yeah, they teach me things. Yeah, right? No shit, right?
I grew up real poor, and I didn't have anything until I was able to afford it for myself. Like, when I was 15, I went out and cut lawns for the money to buy my first cell phone. And I just did little side work.
That's how I started out. I had a paper route. Paper route in Long Island, New York. I used to go around, and my mom actually used to drive me every morning because it was rough, man. My brother had a paper route, my sister had a paper route, but I did all the work.
I had a paper route in Chicago.
Did you?
I was on a bike. It was just
How
like
long were you in
one block.
Chicago? My wife's from Chicago.
I was 4.
Oh, okay.
I barely remember. I remember hitting the garage, pick up the newspapers, and I'd do like the block.
Oh, gosh. We got about 38 minutes left, folks. If anybody's out there wants to give us a call in, we'd love to hear from you. Hayden, what's that number again?
That number is 352-410-2084.
We got Joseph over here holding up a sign. That number is... Paulie's coming back in. Let's get your mic back
Old
on,
school.
Paulie.
By the end of the show, I won't have to look
So-
forward anymore.
Why
Paul,
were you
let me hear
saying
you.
before?
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
What was that for?
No, not why
these-
were you
these-
for, but like, why were you saying that?
Nope.
I think I missed it.
Oh, just because I didn't have the access to the technology.
You didn't have access to these nuts?
Yeah.
Yo, I just got to notice, man, there's like 1,000 people stranded in California still because of these fires that are burning out there.
Oh yeah.
I got one thing to tell you, people, and all I can say is pray for rain. I mean, we'll send something
Well,
away.
no,
We
they got
plenty.
mudslides over there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, like I
oh,
said,
so
once
they're
the
having
fires
fun
go,
over there.
Slides
Yeah,
and fire.
right?
Once the fires
That's
go
good.
down the forest.
Sounds like a volcano.
I know the way out.
That's not
See,
for-
you know what they should do? I got it. We can rescue them right now. I got it. Check this out. All they have to do is jump on a mudslide, ride it right out of the fire.
Well, once the forests are burned
They
down,
got
there's
a
nothing to hold
surfboard.
the soil on all the mountains and hills over there.
Yeah,
So
well,
when
you know.
it rains, all the mud starts to slide because there's nothing to hold it together.
Hence the name mudslide. I was just thinking about making some mudslides, but
Let's
you
not
know what
forget
I'm
about the
thinking
earth
about,
movement.
honestly, guys. You know what I'm
Pops
thinking
over.
about? I'm thinking about breakfast after the show.
I am too. I'm hungry.
Man, I'm gonna
Yeah, that
we're
doesn't
gonna make
sound bad.
bacon. It
Let's
has
talk
to
about
sound.
being poor. I was wanting to make some biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. Yo, we used to live. My wife and I, when we first got together, we used to live with this lady. Did I get really loud there for a second?
No, I was hitting the table.
Oh, okay, you were just like this. I thought you were out screaming in the mic. Let me turn it down because it sounds like hell for me anyway. We used to live with this woman who, oh my God, I used to beg her to make biscuits and gravy. And I'm a Long Islander. I'm New York.
Right.
What type of
Oh,
biscuits
yeah, I
and
love
gravy?
biscuits
That's
and gravy.
diner food. You know, I never heard of that. You know, but homemade biscuits and gravy, and she would take and use the brown and serve sausage with the grease, and I love. Little Tim Allen there, folks.
Man, I'm watching this thing on YouTube about Chinese military versus the United States military, and you'd be surprised the equipment the Chinese have at this point. And you know it's all because of the money they're making off of us.
Right, because we keep buying equipment from them. All of
Well,
our
we
shit's
keep
Chinese
having
anyway.
Walmart and everybody else do their manufacturing over there, so they're raking in the dough. Plus, they're playing this little game with the currency trade values.
Yeah.
They're raking in the dough, and now they can afford to buy and build all this crazy stuff. I know they got aircraft carriers and nuclear subs coming out. Russia's building a couple for them. They're building a couple themselves. And this is all because we're dumping our own money over there. And they're our enemies.
And I've done it.
What, dump your money over there in China and Japan?
I buy Chinese stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you can.
Every time
Oh,
you go to the dollar store, you do. You better
I
believe
dare
it.
you to go into any store, especially at Walmart or anything, and I dare you, you can't find 10 items that are made in the United States. I bought a buck knife there once, figuring, okay, this is great. You know, I got me a good American-made product, and I pull out, I open it up, package and everything. No, I got the buck knife. The knife is a good American-made product, but the sheath was made in China.
That's all right. One of my big dragon swords in there, bro.
Yeah.
That I have. Yeah, made in Pakistan. Pakistani steel. Which brings me Pakistan. You know what I want to talk about? Have you guys been following what's going on with all that? We mentioned it before. I want to talk about it because it's some serious stuff. Israel, and
Israel and Pakistan, what do they have to do with
not
each other?
Pakistan
No.
and Israel, but Israel and everything that's going on. They're sending missiles over to the Palestinians and
Yeah, you got the Palestinians and the Israelis going at it again. Now, you actually just read
But haven't
earlier
they
they
done
got a
that for, like,
ceasefire
10,000
going
years?
on right now. that
yeah,
we're
well,
going to
absolutely. But the thing is, and I
They
was
got better
honestly,
weapons now.
yeah.
I think this is the
You
problem.
know whether they're
That's
getting
the
their weapons?
promised land, but it was promised to everybody. Right?
Well, that's
so
what they-
everybody says it's theirs, and they're going to fight forever.
There's been more crusades over that.
I got a solution. I don't know what you guys feel a little closer to home about the whole border patrol and situation we got going down on our U.S.-Mexican borders. I got a solution to all of it. We got the problem in Pakistan. We got the problem in Russia. It ain't going to be easy. But invade.
No.
Not maybe Russia and all the rest of it. I'm talking Mexico.
What?
Yeah.
Mexico. Take it over. Take over the government. Make it American sovereign soil.
Well, like I said, if they're going to do the free trade thing, why send all our money over to China? You know what I'm saying? So they can build up this military that's competent
We'll
enough to
put
deal
the
with us.
Mexicans to work. We'll give them an economy. I mean,
Yeah, why don't
Jesus,
we
they're right
do
there.
the
Yeah.
whole NAFTA thing and put some of our manufacturing plants down there? They'll stop jumping the border because there'll be decent jobs there to have, and you'll get your cheap labor, Walmart, and instead we'll have a stronger neighbor nation, border nation. Same with Canada.
Yeah.
Not that the Canada's doing badly, but strengthen the border nations over.
I heard they have a
you know what I'm
train
saying?
that goes from the bottom of Mexico straight to our borders.
Oh yeah.
That costs like $1 a ride. So,
Probably.
So every country underneath that, they're hopping into Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Guatemala and
I mean, I don't know percentages, but
Panama,
I heard something
Honduras,
ridiculous. Like 90% of the people hopping the border aren't Mexican.
no,
Because Mexicans just
large,
get the passport.
yeah, a lot of them are from Guatemala and Honduras and
There's
stuff
no
like
worse.
that.
It's worse down there than it is in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
so-
far as economy-wise.
So I think a fence is silly because they've been hopping
falling
fences
asleep
for
over here,
countries.
folks.
Oh,
When
yeah.
we get the cameras in here and you see this, Hayden is like,
I am having some anxiety. It happens to me.
What gets me
That's-
is
you'll be all right,
we can
bro.
afford to militarize our police and run all these joint military police war games in our major cities, but we can't afford to strengthen our border security, which we already know. I'm sure some of the terrorists are slipping across the border
Oh,
with brown skin.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Did you hear
yeah.
about?
You-
Did you
you
hear
see
about? Hold on one sec. Did you hear about the helicopter, the Mexican helicopter that shot at the U.S. Border Patrols?
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, that was interesting. What were you saying?
You see all these American Muslims that are in the country that are completely against America, but come and make their money here and build their
send it
fortune.
back, yep.
They're just like they
But
said.
you want to hear the thing about that too is we give them money to come here.
Oh, I know. Just like we take in the illegal immigrants from the
What
south.
country can I move to? Well, they'll give me money to move there.
Oh well, they get
Well, if you weren't from the United States, I would say here, but you're an American citizen. You don't get shit.
You
Sorry.
get tax breaks. They give tax breaks to these businesses. Like they open up all these convenience
Right.
stores.
I'm
and
saying
they get tax
I want
breaks
a gas
for, like,
station.
years on end, and then you
I want a gas station.
yeah, exactly. I don't get my own convenience
don't
store.
care,
but
yeah,
tax
what-
breaks
I was
are
talking to
fine.
one of them, the
Like if I
guy
go
on
to a
Mariner.
brewery or
The I will not name the station because I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. But the guy on Mariner across from Seven Hills Development there
Yeah.
by the Sun Trust was talking to him. He makes diddly squat on gas. Diddly squat.
Oh, yeah, they don't.
His money is
it's
made
all-
on everything else he sells in the store.
That's what most gas stations work on. Is
He
that
makes
they don't make
pennies on it.
they make
Pennies.
pennies on the
The
gas,
reason-
but
the
it brings in all the customers for their coffee and their
And
cigarettes
the
and
lotto,
everything
you don't
else.
make any money on the lotto.
They don't. I didn't know that.
No, that's another thing that just draws customers in that do
They make
purchase other things while they're there.
1%. So if you spend
1%
$1,
on every dollar you make.
yeah, something like that. It just
It's almost not worth having that lotto machine in your store.
Yeah, but having it there draws in
Draws a lot.
customers.
You
They
see
come
those
in, they
old
grab a
people
soda and a
in
pack of
lines.
cigarettes.
Well,
you know what I mean?
you've worked in a convenience store atmosphere. Them old people come in here and spend some big bucks, don't they?
yeah, and mostly the funny thing is you put the lotto there because you think they're going to bring in customers from the store, but it doesn't bring in customers. It brings in lotto addicts, and they stand there and
to
stop
take
our
up
lines
15
up.
states take up 15 minutes at the cash register with their lotto. I think they should
Once
have
a
different
convenience
systems for
store
that.
is
Don't you hate
now an
that?
inconvenience store.
Yeah, now you're waiting 15 minutes for someone to get a line.
A convenience store is now an inconvenience store.
Oh yes, absolutely.
You get stuck in a line because somebody's trying to read numbers or hold on, let me do this.
The best place to go is those little stores that aren't attached to gas. They have no way of getting gas. Like they don't have the gas pumps out front. They're just usually they call them
those
food
are
marts
cheaper
and
ones
quick
too.
marts.
Yeah.
For convenience.
Hey, did you guys know? Here's a little